Sanibonani dumelang absheni hello. Kamaku Thokozani Lisidikanya. Welcome to another episode of Kenny TV. Mkhulu Makhenikha, Mkhulu Sseida. Mkhulu.
Makhosi hosana sanibingelela nina nonke on this episode of Kemi TV. Mkhulu Sseida lo umprofeti wesibhakabhaka. Ngiyanibonga nina nonke who take your time to watch these videos. We really appreciate you taking your spirituality and consciousness into your own hands. Sengathi ungakhula ethongweni and sengathi uyakhula in terms of universal consciousness. Siyabonga.
Namhlanje Mkhulu, I wanted us to speak about the chakras. Just sikhe phezulu man. I think I've been delaying this video for too long and it just so happened ukuthi we shooting it now. So yeah, Mkhulu, I think actually you were one of the first people to speak to me about chakras in an impactful way that I ought or sought to gain a bigger understanding as to what is this thing and how can I apply it, what benefits are there, especially as umntwana moya. Because yeah, I mean we hear this term and like, nah, that's a chakra.
New age
Yeah,
propaganda.
so like usually what is this chakras, Mkhulu?
Ew. The holy spiritual centers,
Okay.
the engine of the soul.
Okay.
The chakras, what can we call them? My God, the limit of language is too much because to describe them as just energy centers implies ukuthi amabhola nje ahleli la. Some are active and some are not active.
Okay, now I'll say what I really liked from the way you once described it to me and it stuck was it's as if they are your spiritual organs. Just like you have a pancreas, a heart, a brain, etc. You have spiritual organs that ought to be awakened so that you can realize your spirit self, so that you can realize your true self, actually.
Exactly.
Well, what would you say?
That's exactly what they are. Understanding that they are energy containers, I like the fact that Mkhulu brought back into my mind ukuthi we describe them as spiritual organs. Now, we know that an organ can serve more than one purpose. The intestines are not just transferring feces out of the body. We know that they process liquids, they process nutrients.
They absorb them.
Yeah.
Sure.
The heart serves more than one purpose, just not only as the pump of the body's blood. The brain serves more than one purpose. Likewise, the chakras are your spiritual organs. They are the energy centers that contain specific types of light and energy and process it in different ways and fashion and forms.
So that word chakra, it means it's the Sanskrit word for wheel, and we can call it a wheel of energy. And you have about 7 of them that are the main ones that run along your spine from the base of your spine to the top of your head. And then we've described them as your spiritual organs, and that is an accurate description in my opinion. But then there's this thing that's called Kundalini, and from my research, Kundalini is the energy or the fire that sits at the bottom of your spine, and as it ascends past your or through your chakras, it's the energy or the fuel of your chakras that gives your chakras the fuel they need to do what they do, whatever function that each organ serves to function. You actually have more than 100 chakras all over your body, but the main 7 are the ones that run along your spine, your centers. In the first, second, third, fourth video of this channel, we speak about umsamo, yourself, and we kept referring to it as your chakras. Well, now we want to explain a bit. What are chakras? Chakras are your true self, who you really are, not lenyama. By lenyama, you're gonna die one day, but your spirit self doesn't die. And we refer to as it as umsamo because it is really your true essence that emanates or gives life to this body. When mawufunde eBhayibhelini, they say that God breathed life into mud and clay. Angithi?
Yes.
So that's what I can, and ngayifanisa kanjalo ngithi chakras are your true self. Mkhulu, mina ngikubuza wena ngithi, why do we need to know this information, and why do we need to activate and open our chakras? Why should anyone care about this? Why can't they just groove and die?
The great alchemist Yeshua HaMashiach, I quote him a lot, but we have to, said, "Least one be born again, you will not see the kingdom of heaven."
Okay.
Now, when we talk about reincarnation, there are many reasons for reincarnation, even for somebody who doesn't have much karma. Should you die and your spiritual organs are not active, you are susceptible to reincarnation without even being aware of it. What Jesus, or rather Yeshua, was trying to teach, he was teaching becoming aware and activating the chakras.
Cela ukuphosa kancane. Masidalule le ndaba ukuthi, why do you say Yeshua HaMashiach and not Jesus? Let's go into it.
As a side note, guys.
Jesus is Zeus.
Yeah, hey, washona khona. Mina bengithi nyorawo.
Iosis. It comes from the Greek word iosis. That's Zeus.
I need you guys to understand the letter J didn't exist until after the 1500s.
Correct.
The word Jesus is derived from the word Zeus, and hence why that guy looks so alike to that guy. It was just a way
to divert
for the during the Council of Nicaea. It was a way to assimilate more people into this new religion they had created.
But it's not
new.
But it's not
But
new.
It's not a new religion. Ngifuna nje nazi ukuthi nina niloko nimbiza uJesu into ebuhlungu iqiniso nje kumele silokhiphe. That man is Zeus. You are worshiping a Greek god. He's a Greek god. Nothing more, nothing less. The reason, and I now must go into, I'm not insulting.
Yeah, sorry, insult. Nah.
I'm not insulting Yeshua. Yeshua HaMashiach was the great prophet who appeared on earth to teach consciousness.
Yes, to help raise the vibration of Malkuth.
Yes. He was here in order to redeem Shekinah, to redeem the fallen feminine spirit in a world that is now run by the male spirit, the left brain.
Yeah.
Siyajula.
Tisipake kancane le sibuyele emashakreni.
Ngixolele siyajula kakhulu. Yeah. But
sisahlanya. Labahlanya la bagcoke impahla ezimnyama. Balethe ubumnyama.
Balethe ubumnyama.
TV.
Abazi ukuthi we continuing the work of Yeshua HaMashiach.
Okay.
It's the work of consciousness. This is all we're doing. Now, speaking of consciousness, coming into consciousness, you'll say, I can come into consciousness of myself and know things, and I don't need to know about the chakras. Your chakras contain certain aspects of you. If your root chakra is blocked, it will manifest in the physical world in certain ways. Fear, reliance on the physical world, survival mode. If your heart chakra is blocked, you will experience certain things, such as
heart chakra is blocked by guilt. Heart chakra is your ability to love. Yes.
If your third eye and your crown chakra are blocked, that one has you will have no spiritual sense whatsoever. Most of you, due to the programs that Mkhulu spoke about, have your third eye blocked, and as well due to certain things that have been put in your foods and your water. You have your pineal gland calcified, blocking your 6th chakra and your 7th chakra. Mara, it's not really cool. Consciousness. Once you begin to practice conscious awakening.
Mm.
You will notice that you will have dreams that will force you to confront certain fears,
Mm.
to confront certain things about yourself. That is your consciousness attempting to unblock those chakras naturally.
Mkhulu, someone will say, and it is true, we all have a chakra system, right? Which means we're all spirit beings at some level. So then what separates umuntu onesithunya noma umuntu onesipho versus someone who doesn't, if we all have a chakra system? What separates the ones that are spiritually gifted and the ones that are not? I don't necessarily have I have an answer, but let me hear what you're going to say.
You must understand, Uguti, the soul keeps coming back.
Okay.
So soul age plays a role in spiritual gifts. Aside from which ungenwa imimoya thizeni that puts you through a process that forces a specific chakra open. That will force your heart chakra open, force you to forgive, and force you to let go of guilt in order for you to be able to do what upule intuitively from the heart. That will force you to go through. Hence why umuntu uzothi one of the symptoms of being a spiritual child uphathwa ikhanda kakhulu. It's because there is a spirit that is in action forcing your third eye to open. So now umuntu uzobuza, okay, what if I open all my chakras? Will that mean I can now also be prophet? I can also be inyanga? We in another video mentioned authorization. There are offices. In a previous video, we spoke about the different offices that spirits occupy. Likewise, once you are a spiritual child, you are authorized in a specific office to operate in that capacity.
Kodwa Mkhulu, omunye uzothi sonke sinesithunywa. Sonke sinesithunywa. It's just that some of us have a different level of isithunywa. Because just as the fingers on a hand are not the same, nami nawe ngeke sifane ngokulingana.
I wouldn't say sonke sinesithunywa. I would say everybody has a guardian angel.
Everybody has intuition.
Yeah, everybody has intuition, but the level at which your intuition functions and how you're being trained to use it. There's sharpshooters, there's assassins. Kuneyinkabi ezivese zifike la ukhona ukuthi kunabantu akunabantu zikudubule. They are all gun wielding, but they use their skills in different ways. Others are more skilled than others. Others are authorized to assassinate. Inkabi bayibambi assassinate here jail because he's not authorized to kill. Do you understand what I'm trying to get to? It's about your spiritual authority, and you must understand, Uguti, there's many ways to use intuition. It's not just one way. There's many ways to use the third eye. It's not just one way. Just like there's many ways to use innate. Everything is so dynamic, Ketla. This channel is there to teach people that we could have 1,000 different minor topics on chakras alone.
True. It's quite big. It's quite big.
So yes, everybody has a guardian angel, but not everybody has isithunywa. Isithunywa is somebody who is sent to a specific child with a gift to operate in a certain manner, to authorize the child to be a what? A prophet.
Mkhulu, angikuphikisi, but just from my research, there's quite a few people with a contradicting opinion to what you're saying. And I'm only saying this to conscientize the viewer to say that you'll do your research. Different people will have different things to say. It's just up to you to ask yourself, what do you want to know and how far are you willing to get that knowledge?
And the thing is as well, understand that language is a limiter.
Okay.
Language is a big limiter, Ketla.
Do you think Uguti Mandulo, or even now if we get to the right vibration or opening of our chakras, we can speak telepathically?
I've experienced different things.
Where does language even come from? The separation of language. What's the true story?
I think it's Julian.
Not what they told us about The answer is just too hectic.
No, let's just go into what happened at the Tower of Babel.
Wait. Are we doing this?
Yeah. So ithinta kancane ngoba
Okay.
asifuni ukunyathela leya ndoda kakhulu ngoba inengozi leya ndoda.
Okay.
So what happened at the Tower of Babel? What is the one true language? What is the one? Zibuzeni loyo mbuzo. What happened at the Tower of Babel? Why were our tongues divided? Why before that happened it said, hey,
Tell them.
why before that happened the word amongst the Elohim was nothing will be out of their reach.
If they're united, there is
in
nothing.
one language.
If they're united, there's nothing that they can't do. It's in your Bible. Go read it.
Exactly. Zibuzeni sazojula mara asifuni ukujula kakhulu manje, but you go into the Bible and you read for yourself and uzibuze ukuthi had that not been done, how far would we be as the human civilization?
Also, our lifespans were shortened. So that we keep forgetting the things that we're talking about now, that we're learning now. Just your lifespan is so short that there just isn't enough time for you to remember everything. Then you give birth again and your child is a kid for 18 years. They only start thinking properly after 26 because that's when the brain stabilizes. Then at 52 they die from heart disease because they ate McDonald's for 40 years.
We are true.
Then you see. So like there's a, I'm just gonna hit on it a bit and say there's a design by higher powers to ensure that we stay dumbed down and we don't open our chakras and we don't realize who we are in terms of the capacity and power level and potential that is within us as human beings. Yeah, but I'm gonna leave it there. We will cover it fully one day. The day will come.
In Lille, we are coming.
Can we speak on, because it does fall into the topic of chakras, to say why the number 7? What is the significance of the number 7? 7 primary colors, 7 churches in Revelations, 7 primary glands. Why the number 7? It's as if there's a significance around the number 7.
Ngolwazi lwami Khehla, and I'll never claim to know everything, but ngolwazi lwami, the universe is made out of 3 aspects. The universe is numerical, firstly.
Okay.
It's numerics based.
Okay.
The dimensions are numerics based, hence there's 1D, 2D, 3D. This is 3D, there's 4D, 5D. The universe is sonics based, sound based,
frequency based.
Frequency.
Because sound is a frequency.
Sound is frequency.
Light is a frequency.
Yeah. And then the universe is geometry.
Matter
based.
vibrates at a frequency.
Exactly. Now we numerics, frequency, sound, sonics, and geometry.
Sure. Okay.
The number 7 in the universe represents holy completion.
Okay.
The world was made in 7 days. It's all symbolic. At a higher numerical level, the number 7 in the code-based system represents holiness. 6 falls short of 7, hence 666.
Let's speak about that number 666. Uguti, what does it really mean? Because in the watered down translations of our Bibles, they say that is the mark of the beast. You'll be marked with that if basically you are a devil worshipper. But what is it really?
Oti, let me touch on it, and then you can give me what your interpretation is. But from my study, from studying Kabbalism to studying Rosicrucianism to studying all these these spiritual mysticism and occults, the number 6 falls short of 7.
Okay.
And so it is considered an unholy number. Not that it is a bad number. It is considered an unholy number because it's the number before the holiest number. 3 is the number of emphasis. Hence, in Revelation, the angels around the throne of God declare, holy, holy, holy.
Sure.
So, the number 6 as well represents 6 neutrons, 6 electrons, 6 protons. It is the makeup of the beast, the animal, the flesh. So the worship of 666 is not a specific person. It is, as Revelation says, it is the number of man. It is your number.
Okay. No, you nailed it. Because I was going to say 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons is the carbon atom, and we are carbon-based life forms. So in terms of the physical, the matter that we occupy carbon-based matter.
Yes.
And so we are 666.
666. And it falls short of what? Spirit.
That's the part. Ish, what did you say?
Now I'm now connecting.
Damn.
Remember what we said earlier regarding spirit being the originator of matter and the reason why matter is considered gross.
No, I got you. That's why I had my reaction. Damn.
And hence it is the worship of the beast. You must understand that 666 is not the worship of a specific king or whatever. It is the complete worship of the flesh.
Okay.
Hence it is emphasized 666. It's a play on the numerology of the universe, and as well a play on the fact that we are mortals in an animal. We are immortals, divinities in an animal body. And once you forget that you are a divinity and you stop following the spiritual path and you say, Mina, I'm all about sex, I'm all about eating, I'm all about violence, and you incorporate the 7 deadly sins now into yourself, you are now worshipping the 666.
So are you saying that every time we neglect to open our chakras, we fall short of our God selves, and we fall short of the glory of God?
Oh, we shall corner, okay. The combos communicated too quickly, but
Okay.
you're right. That's simply what it is. And I'm just gonna tap into this. That's why your music pushes to you fleshliness. It pushes greed. It pushes sex. It pushes money worship, mammon. It pushes violence.
What is mammon?
Mammon-ish. Hey, man.
The time has come. It's not a good day.
It's not a good day. Mammon is a spiritual deity associated with greed for money.
Okay.
It's an actual deity that used to be invoked should you want to be filthy rich.
Is it anything similar to... Nah, let me not say that. Nah, I think I was getting out of hand. It's okay. Lily said it. Yeah. Continue.
So, 666 is just that, Ketla. It's the worship of the flesh. And abantu bazothi, no, I haven't received the mark of the beast. You just know that if you've given yourself absolutely into what is happening and you are devoid of spiritual nature, you don't believe that you're a spirit, you believe that you're just an animal, flesh, who's gonna have sex and then die, who's gonna eat money and be gluttonous and die, just accept that you've accepted that you are a 666, that you are an animal, you have no spiritual nature. That is the mark of the beast. That is what they are pushing.
We spoke about the chakras. Should we not maybe just touch on each and what function they perform and what blocks that spiritual wheel from operating? Okay, we said that there's this thing called Kundalini at the base of your spine, which when it rises, it fuels the wheels of energy to perform their function, and if it reaches the top, you reach that 1,000 lotus flower, and you're able to connect with the source. It's your antenna spiritually, right?
Yeah.
So now, but before we get to, I've already now spoken about the 7th, we need to start from the roots right up until the top. I don't have my notes here, but I would give you I'll make another video. I'd give you the Sanskrit names and just other information around each. Maybe we'll do a video in each chakra as time goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe let's just give them what are the different chakras and what do they do? What blocks them?
So we firstly have the root chakra,
Mm.
which gets blocked by fear.
The frequency of the root chakra in terms of colors is red. Yeah.
Red. It vibrates red.
Yes.
It's
Nice.
what deals with grounding. It's what deals with survival. It's raw energy, sexual energy.
Okay.
It's raw energy, sexual energy. Gets blocked by fear. It's for survival. Your root chakra needs to be balanced so that you are grounded.
What does it mean to be grounded?
So that even in the world of flesh, you're not too idealistic. You're not too far out. You understand that you live in the world, you need to work, and not work as in 9 to 5. I'm talking about you need to toil in order to eat. You need to wake
My
up.
9 to 5 is my toiling to eat.
Yeah, and that's okay. That's okay.
Mm.
As long as you understand that and you are not fearful. You are not fearful as well. So that's what it would deal with. And when it's balanced, you'll see that the person is very grounded. They are not all over the show. Angeke ubathole with multiple sexual partners. Angeke ubathole bahambe balwa yonke indawo. It's because they are grounded. They are balanced. It deals with the balancing. Hence why it is in Kabbalism, it's connected with Malkuth, which is matter, which is earth.
Third dimension.
Yeah.
So I would say being grounded is also being in the present, because a lot of us aren't living in the presence mentally.
Hence why I said being idealistic.
I don't understand you.
Idealism is you're either dreaming of a future that hasn't come and you're not putting any action in the present, or you're stuck in the past which you can't change, and you're not putting any action in the present to not do what you did at the past.
Yeah, so you shy corner, because I was gonna say not being in the present is basically you are stuck in the unresolved matters of the past that deprive you of internal peace, and being so worried about surviving in the future that you are just not able to be in the present. And a good way to ground yourself is to walk barefoot on the soil, in the trees, observe nature. Okay, we have built an environment, but I'm talking about the original environment. So the grass, the soil, the trees, sun gazing, moon gazing. These are good ways to root yourself. Rooting yourself also has to do with realizing that but actually I'm not starving. I can plant carrots and eat. I'm not starving. I don't need a 9 to 5. I don't need to survive. Okay, I don't want to speak about illusions yet, because that's another chakra, but I don't need to play this game that has been laid for me in order to survive. And now we're going into too much detail, but that is the root chakra. So what blocks the root chakra, Mkhulu?
Fear.
Okay.
I would also say gluttony. The seven, because now we're gonna connect the 7 deadly sins in some other video.
If you can,
no, in some other video we'll connect. But just know that the 7 deadly sins correspond with the 7 chakras.
Gluttony, yes.
Gluttony.
Wow, you're right, because we said the seventh chakra, or the root chakra, deals with it vibrates red. Notice how all these fast food chains use the color red in some way, shape, or form. They have the color red in their branding or imaging, or it's branding. That's their brand, is red somewhere. And what they're doing is they're basically manipulating you at an auric level, at a chakra level. Uguti, come and get this food. You notice you buy this food. I don't want to mention them. You buy this food and you're like, but actually, I didn't want this food. You didn't, but they manipulated you at an auric level, at a chakra level. And we already made a video about food. A lot of that food that they manipulate you with, you see, they're manipulating you because they're playing on your need to survive, your root chakra. Come and get this. We're playing with that part of you that feels the need to survive. So then
because you're not conscious, you don't understand what you're saying right now, because you so unconscious, you don't understand that baksha spiritual, baksha physical, abagadla with the highest type of umnyama, which
Damn.
is dark psychology.
Damn. I was going somewhere.
Mm-mm.
If you check this food out, go do some. Oh, guys, I just can't post them. I can't, some things I must keep to myself and just keep it moving. But do some research into these fast food shops. That burger you think you're eating, it's ground meat.
Bakshanga maletha, bakshanga
you don't
makala.
you don't know what um is in that meat. You don't know. Like they can grind anything into that. Doesn't that make you feel some type of way? Nah, but there are health regulations and standards that are there to protect us as the consumer, so we ought not to fear. If you really believe that, go look into something. It's called the Tuskegee case. If you've ever studied ethics, there was a trial, a clinical trial. No, just go look it up. You'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, there was a recent trial, clinical trial in 2020 globally, which enforced all of us to, or attempted to enforce all of us to partake of a certain concoction which was claimed to to prevent a certain kind of sickness mimicking the influenza virus, only for the manufacturers of that concoction to come out and claim that no, this is not anything that has been confirmed. It was a test, a trial. There's a document with all the severe ailments and side effects that this thing can lead to. But people were like, no, but there are industry standards and policies that are going to protect. Where I was going with this is you don't know what's ground into that meat. You don't know what meat was ground in there.
Please understand, and I'm sure, I hope they're connecting what you're talking about.
If you don't get it, forget about it.
Yeah. I hope you guys are connecting what Mkhulu Makhenikha is talking about. But I need you to understand this, and I'm just gonna put it out there.
Speak.
Whether they say we're crazy or not,
Yeah.
those that run your world are not interested in your betterment. Ngalinge nje usicambela amanga. Ngalinge nje usicambela amanga. You're lying to yourself if you believe that the powers that be have your greater good. I'm just connecting what Makhenikha is saying. So do your research. Should we touch the next chakra?
Mkhulu, I think Sivile.
Siva.
We'll speak on the other chakras at another time, because otherwise it'll be a 5-hour long video. If you can't, the level of detail we went into the root chakra is more than sufficient, I think. For an introductory video, we did too much actually, but
yeah, no, this is a big introductory video, but I really do hope, bro, that this is gonna be the beginning of people tapping into themselves and trusting into their own divinity and believing in their spiritual nature.
Let's introduce into your man before Sivala, just since we're on this conscious theme. What is Akasha?
Yo, Amenti, Hosana, the great halls that are universally storing everything that ever was, everything that ever is, and everything that ever will be. Timeless. Akasha is timeless. Akasha is the universal library, Mkhulu, where all the knowledge of anything that can happen, anything that can be created, anything that, it's basically the storage of all possibilities. It's also the storage of everything on your own personal capacity, not only as Ukutrano, but as every incarnation you've ever.
Wow.
Hence why I praise Akasha. Oh, the great halls of Amenti. Blessed are those that are allowed to peer into that great hall, to peer into the books that are hidden in that hall, because you will have received truth at its purest.
So then, Mkhulu, does that mean Umprofeti magapula, they tapping into Akasha. Yeah, I know it's a bit of a tough question.
That's a good question, and I can't answer it as somebody who knows. It's more because Akasha can't be tapped into through the ego.
Yeah, you but
Yeah.
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 Okay, tingi bege. Tina abanye masipula. We spula with our upper chakras. So unkhuluma ngama-prophet upula with your throat
Third
chakra, third eye,
Heart chakra. Yeah.
crown chakra.
Yeah.
That you have to be in a meditated state.
Exactly.
But abanye bapula with their lower chakras, upula with their root chakra, with their sacral chakra.
Idlos.
Yeah. So in fact, I don't know what you were going to say, but from my research, some people teach ukubhula ngama-tarot as an Akashic reading because you're tapping into the libraries of the things that which have happened, are happening, and will happen tomorrow.
Yes, it's a Julie Mkhulu.
No, it's a dark day today. It's a dark day. We Yinzi, like, you know the death card?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Julie, cool. Julie, no, it is a dark day.
I see.
Yeah, I see.